Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is the Queen Phoenix. Today we're gonna make this puff stitch heart. So it's 8 puff stitches in the middle, and then 2 puff stitches in each of them. So let's get right into it. So for this, of course, you need an appropriate size hook and your yarn and a needle, darning needle if you want to. And you're going to start with a magic circle. At any time you can slow down this video in the settings, and you can also pause it. You can also enlarge it on the screen. Into your magic circle, you're going to chain 2. And then you're going to do your first puff stitch, which is yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 4 times, and then you're going to go through it all. Chain 2. You're going to repeat that. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. And you're going to go through all of them. Chain 2. You're going to repeat this until you have 8 puff stitches in total, but you will end with chain 2. Once you have your 8 puff stitches and your 2 chain, you're going to pull your magic ring closed, make it nice and tight, and you're going, you will end with not chain 2 but with chain 1. So just chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to work in this back piece now. For this row, we're going to make 1 puff stitch. Oops. Why am I making a double crochet? Let me do that again. And then you're going, so you do your puff stitch and you do chain 1, and in the same space you make another puff stitch. Chain 1. So you can see in that piece I've got 2 puff stitches. In the next chain 2 space, I'm going to make a puff stitch, 1 chain followed by another puff stitch. So in each 2 chain space you will have 1 puff stitch, 1 chain, 1 puff stitch, and 1 chain in between, and you will repeat that until you get here, right here. When you get to the end of your row, pardon me, you would have finished with a puff stitch. You're going to turn your work, and in between your puff stitches, you're going to put 2 single crochets. On top of your puff stitch, you're going to put 1 single crochet. So in between the puff stitches is 2 single crochets. On the puff stitch is 1 single crochet. And you're going to continue this, but only until you reach your 7th puff stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll do the 7th, and I'll meet you right back there. Once you have reached your 7th puff stitch and you have put in 1 single crochet on top of your 7th puff stitch, you will then, in the next chain 1 space, make the following stitches: 2 single crochets, 1 chain, and 2 single crochets. you're making this little point here. And you will go back. Here's your puff stitch. Put one in your puff stitch, and then you'll put 2 single crochets in your chain 1 space, and you will continue until you come to your last puff stitch. Now you would be at this edge where you would have put in your last single crochet. We're going to work this V part of the heart into the very first. So if you look at the side, in here you're going to put 1 single crochet and a second single crochet just below it in the top part of this puff stitch right here. I hope you can see that nicely. 1 single crochet. Then you're going to slip stitch directly into the magic ring and make it a bit tight, not too tight, just a bit. And you're going to repeat those 3 single crochets. So you will single crochet into the first puff stitch on the side, and you will find your space here and single crochet there on the side, and right in between this puff stitch here, in it, you will make 1 single crochet, and you will slip stitch into the very first single crochet that you made. Pull up your yarn, cut your yarn, and there you have it. Plus minus about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to work your tail in. I would work it in here so that you don't see it. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, but try it out and tag me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll get you on the next video.